Hello everybody, my name is Graham Elwood and you are watching The Political Vigilante. There's strikes happening all over the country, and this website Payday Report has an interactive map, and I'm going to just talk about it real quick and then I'll show you the map itself. So far we've identified over 175 wildcat strikes that happened since the beginning of March. We suspect many strikes aren't reporting at all for a variety of reasons and that the numbers are higher than we can track. So 175 is pretty big, but they're already saying that's the ones they can track. There's probably more. In some places, workers are simply calling out sick en masse and refusing to show up, so bosses shut down their plants. Well, we learned that the Target did a strike on May 1st. A lot of strikes happened May 1st. Target did a sick out. And they claim, according to their Twitter feed, that the Target employees actually got a lot of the things that they wanted. That's just one example. But that might be one of the things that isn't being tracked by this because it wasn't an official strike. Many areas have no reporters with connections to the labor movement, so many strikes are going completely uncovered. That right there is what has been happening in this 4 decades long corporate coup of America. One of the things they did, and one of the ways to eviscerate unions, was to buy up media and reporters and stop covering. A worker strike used to be big news, and the whole community would usually get involved and go, well, we're all supporting these workers because many of us work at this plant, or we're related to them, or that's my friend, or they deserve better. Because they know most regular people, most people in the 99% are going to support a strike because most working class people are going to support other working class people striking. So this is one of their tactics. They didn't realize what they were pointing out here. I mean, but this is one of the reasons why. Many areas have no reporters with connections to the labor movement. That's by design. Don't cover that strike. Cover that favorable story about, oh, isn't Bill Gates a nerdy little philanthropist billionaire? It's like those bullshit pieces, you know? Well, they'll report on the fracking thing, but they'll just report it like, well, the pro-fracking side says this, the environmental side says that. You decide, rather than like, no, the fracking people are evil and wrong and bad. That's part of the reason is they have controlled the message. Local newspapers, local news stations, local radio, where you get your local news. They've controlled that, so they don't cover it. In other places, workers have protested for an hour or two before bosses have agreed to workers' demands. Well, that's good news. But I just want to show you this interactive map so we can all see. Strike map. So look, this is the United States right here. These are all the places, nursing home strikes, like this is where all of these strikes are happening, mainly along the East Coast, because the East Coast got hit the hardest with COVID-19. And people are like, that strike, that Amazon worker strike, Chris Smalls, that guy that got fired by Amazon. And then the vice president of Amazon said, this is bullshit, it's chicken shit that we're going after this guy. Because this is where it's the worst. COVID-19 is the worst. This is New York City, and it's bad because all those cities, so they're working in all these fulfillment. All these people are like, this is dangerous. Look at all these strikes. Florida, everywhere. The only place they're not really striking are in the big states, big geographic landmass states that don't have big urban centers. There's not a lot of big cities in Montana or Wyoming. Utah has Salt Lake City. Idaho has Boise. That's about it. South Dakota has Sioux Falls. That's all the cities. Look, Seattle, it got hit hard. A lot of strikes. Bay Area, San Francisco, a lot of strikes. Los Angeles, a lot of strikes. Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. Look at all this. Worker unrest rising. Pork plant workers protest plant reopening. Chicken and meat plant workers protest. They're growing. This is a good thing. I've said it over and over. The American workers have never had more leverage than they do right now. Everything's starting to open back up. Okay. Keep striking. Get what you want. Unionize everything. Because the capitalists want to send you back to work and they don't care if you die. That's one of the reasons why, oh, we got to reopen. We got to reopen. Because the billionaires went, oh shit, all these strikes. This is, we can't let them all unionize. Jeff Bezos fired a guy for wanting to just have hazard pay and safe working conditions. Jeff Bezos is a sociopath. Amazon has had a $24 billion profit since the pandemic. They've $24 billion. This guy that's already worth $158 billion. Cancel your Amazon Prime subscription. Do not use that company. I don't care how convenient it is, how kind of reward points you get or whatever. Don't use them. They're off. That's evil. Some guy's like, I don't want to die going to work. I want protection, and I want hazard pay, and I want health care. Oh, I'm firing him. What an asshole. Jeff Bezos, it would cost you nothing to give your employees good wages and health care. It would literally, he could give up one of the new $24 billion he just acquired. Doesn't even have to go into his original $158 billion. The ruling class are sociopaths. You have to strike. That's the only way to threaten them. It's the only way to go at their power. You can't shame Jeff Bezos. He has no shame. He has no conscience. He has no soul. He wants people to die so he can make billions of dollars. That's evil. That's evil. Strike. Shut it down. Shut it down. And if everybody starts reopening too soon and the numbers spike, then what? Then what? Shut it down. It's the only power you have. Shave your knuckles for justice. Hey everybody, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button and the subscribe button, even if you've done it before, because they're unsubscribing, many of you, every day. Watch the ads all the way through. If you click skip ad, I don't get paid. Also, support us at patreon.com/GrahamElwood or rockfin.com/GrahamElwood. Rockfin.com is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. All my videos are on Rockfin ad-free. Thanks for watching.